Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? Sunday fun day. Let's go. Let's go. It's game time, baby. Let's get it. Let's do it. How y'all liking the new layout? Layout's pretty cool. Y'all liking the new layout? How we feel about the layout, man? Try to do something special for you guys. I'm just waiting on my camera to get here, and I will have a camera starting next week. You guys will be able to see the new setup. It'll be fire, man. It'll be fire. Y'all like it? Y'all play some limbo tonight? We might be able to after the Sunday live. All the DJs can hang out. We'll play a little bit. It's up to you guys, man. Up to you guys. Welcome everybody. Sunday Watchlist. Just so you guys know, yesterday marks the 2-year mark. I've been doing these every Sunday, man, for free, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've missed a handful, if that. You guys know I'm on time. We get to it every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick question, as always. Can everybody see and hear good? Is everything good to go on that nature? Everybody can hear good, see good? Everybody good to go? Everybody good to go? Awesome. I got a quick question for you guys. Is the chart okay? Or do you guys want me to zoom in on the chart? Before we get started here, I would like to let you guys can let me know. First time here, welcome, lovely Bryant. What's good, Ronnie, Will, Zeke, Trey, what's up, man? Stock Trapping, what's good, man? Thanks for the subscription as well. What's good, Mike, Ronnie? How y'all doing tonight? How was everybody's weekend? Everybody had a good weekend? Y'all want me to zoom in? Okay, cool. I think I can definitely do that. Give me 1 second, you guys, and I will be able to zoom in. Y'all want me to zoom in? No problem. Definitely can do that. Let's see. Display capture. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Bada bing, bada boom. Should be good to go. Let me know when it's zoomed in on your end, and we will be good to go. Bada bing, bada boom. Good to go. Awesome. You guys already know, man, my computer's really loud. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. Let's see here. How about the sound? Sorry, I messed with my setup over the weekend, so it's all probably whacked out. Good to go? Awesome. Let's get it. So you guys know we always start out with the economic data for the week ahead. Let's go into hop into that. First things first, going into this week of the 17th, we have really nothing of importance on Monday. Right, so Monday is pretty much a chill day for us. We are good to go, right? So we have nothing to worry about here on Monday. But Tuesday, we do have retail sales and industrial production. These two are pretty important. Retail and sales more important, but industrial production could have some influence on the market. Sounds better now? Awesome. Cool. So retail sales on Tuesday. In terms of influence, I would give that probably a 6 out of 10. Housing starts and permits, that is on Wednesday. I would give that probably a 5 out of 10. Jobless claims, as always, on Thursday with existing home sales and Fed Manufacturing Index from Philly. Thursday, I would give it all together. If they all are good or all are bad, I would give that probably like a 7. But there's nothing really heavy here this week in terms of economic data, so we're pretty much good there. Give me 1 second. It's too low? Okay, no problem. I can turn it up for you guys. Bada bing, bada boom. Too low. All right. That's better. I want to make sure everybody can hear good before we get going here. I turned it up a little bit. Do a little sound check. Sound check. Everybody good to go? I know there's a little delay between YouTube and me seeing your messages, so I'm gonna give it a second, and we'll be good to go there. What site is this? This is Arcano Day. I can post a link right now for you guys. That's a lot better. Awesome. What's good, DV? Perfect. Nice, nice, nice. That's what I want to see. Awesome. So once again, this week, nothing important in terms of economic data. Keep an eye out for that retail sales on Tuesday. And then Thursday, we have jobless claims, existing home sales. Those two are the only ones that really stand out to me. But we spoke about this last Sunday. I want to talk about this again at the end of the month. So not this week. I repeat, not this week, but next week, okay? It's a massive, massive week for the market. We have starts off with PMI composite on Monday, and then we have consumer confidence on Tuesday, followed by new home sales and FOMC on Wednesday. Then we have GDP on Thursday, along with jobless claims and durable good orders. Friday, we have personal income and outlays. This is a massive, massive, massive week, right? So not this week, but next week, okay? To end the month, we have a shebang here in terms of economic data. FOMC, GDP, personal income and outlays, and we also have consumer confidence. So there's a lot going on in terms of economic data, not this week, but next week, okay? This week, we're pretty much good to go. We just got a couple key events here, like retail sales, housing starts and permits, existing home sales, and jobless claims. Let's hop into the charts, you guys. You guys know the vibes, man. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about trading psychology as well. There's a topic that I wanted to touch on, and I'm going to go based off your guys' struggles. So you guys are going to give me the kind of start of the feedback for tonight's topic, okay? First things first, let's hop into ES. I mean, it's, you know, we've talked about this for some time, man. For those of you guys who've been in these Sunday lives for months or weeks or even years, right? For you guys who've been tuning in, it's the same song I've been singing over and over. Anybody who wants to short this chart needs their fucking head checked. You know, like anybody who's looking at this chart and wants to go short needs their head checked, right? Ever since back here, right? People have been shorting the market. I don't get what they don't understand about the market's forever going to be irrational longer than we can stay solvent. You got to think in terms of the market. They were saying we were in a recession right around here, right? The market's breaking out, but they're saying we're in a recession. Doesn't make sense. They say we're in a recession. Apple's at all-time highs. Doesn't make sense, right? But in terms of the chart where we are right now, based off last week, I would say, personally, this is my personal opinion, right? This has zero weight in terms of what the market can or couldn't do. I think we're going to pull back, right? And the reason I say that is just look at the significance of this area that we're approaching, right? This is literally the last area we have until all-time highs. This is the last big supply until all-time highs. And right at this moment here, we are trading roughly 5%. We are negative 5% away from all-time highs at this specific moment. Do I think that we can chug along straight into all-time highs from right here? There is potential, right? If you want to get into percentages, I would say there's probably like a 10-20% chance of us continuing without a significant pullback, right? Significant pullback, I mean like a 2% or 3% red day. I think we're going to see one of those, you know, maybe this week or next week with FOMC, GDP, and those economic data events. But I think we need a pullback, right? I do. And me thinking has no effect on the market, right? I just trade what I see on a daily basis. But right now, charts look good in terms of the upside on a macro structure, but once you get down to those lower time frames, it's starting to show weakness, including the daily chart as we have a bearish divergence on both ES, NQ, QQQ, and SPY, right? I'm going to get into that in one moment, but I want to look at the magnitude of this move up as well. A lot of people underestimated how strong the market was. We're up over 30% from lows, right? So if you really think about that, we were down about 30%. Now we're up 30% from that low, and we're sitting negative 5% from all-time highs. A lot can change in a little amount of time, and just people, me personally, I wasn't prepared for this move in terms of the market. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I don't know many people who were, right? I mean, I bought long-term. I have over 6 figures invested. I have multiple 6 figures invested, but I thought the market was going to go lower, me personally, right? It wasn't until the moment that we created this double bottom and we started pushing above these highs that I say, okay, the bottom's in, right? If you guys remember, that was my words verbatim, right? Once we seen this double bottom, we put in a higher low and broke those highs. That's when I said we had a bottom in, right? It's almost impossible to call the bottom off of one candle. So, the market looks good. That's my macro view. Market looks good. I think we need to pull back. Lower time frames, like I said, like the daily chart and lower. As you guys can see here, we now have a bearish divergence. That is when the stock makes a higher high and the RSI makes a lower high. So if you look here, ES broke that previous high, putting in a higher high. RSI made a lower high down here on this RSI. So that is a bearish divergence, okay? But there's a ton of opportunity, right? There's a ton of opportunity moving forward. A ton of opportunity. And this week, what I really want to pay attention to is I want to pay attention to this pullback, right? I want you guys to look at the significance of this 4,500 level, right? This is kind of going to be my main watch here. As you can see, it was a big resistance back here. Also was a big resistance over here. So going into this week, this is kind of going to be my main watch for a bounce and a swing opportunity, right? So what I'm watching here on ES is I'm going to watch for a retest of this demand, right? Now this is a bigger scheme, right? This is the bigger scheme of things in terms of ES, right? There's a bunch of smaller setups along the way, but if we pull back into this 4,500 area, I'll more than happy swing calls from here, right? I'll look to go long in this 4,500, 4,490 area, right? I'll be more than happy to go long there. But before that, we do have another nice demand, right? So if we're looking at this chart here, we zoom in a little bit, we can see ES is also approaching another demand, right? It's closer. We have this 45.20, 45.25. As you guys can see here, this was very respected as resistance. We broke it. We're currently retesting that support. So going into the week ahead, and for you guys that don't watch ES and don't watch NQ, that's okay. I'm going to break down QQQ and SPY in a moment. But yeah, just give me one moment here. So ES, the week ahead, what are we watching? It's a tough chart. Tough chart. I would say my main watch, I'll just break it down on SPY. I don't want to make it confusing for you guys. We'll just go to SPY and break it down. Let's go over NQ real quick though. Monthly chart on NQ, strong as ever, right? It's very hard to be bearish on this QQQ chart, this NQ chart. Got a beautiful little curling notion here, working our way back to these all-time highs. I mean, there's nothing else to say than this is beautiful, right? This is absolutely beautiful in terms of strength. But as I spoke about in the beginning of this live, I think we are due for a pullback, and the chart is telling me that. It's not me just hoping for a pullback. The chart is starting to show signs of weakness. That is why I'm saying that. Weekly chart still looks good. I mean, if you want to be technical, we have a bullish engulfing above these last week highs. And if you look at this QQQ chart, there is no resistance until all-time highs. NQ, excuse me, right? If you're looking at this chart in terms of technicals, there is no resistance until all-time highs, right? There's nothing over here that says, hey, there's resistance, right? The next resistance is up here towards this, what is this, 16,500 area, right? This is our next resistance. There's nothing over here below that. So technically, NQ has room up there, but we are getting a bit extended. I don't know if I would have a lot of confidence in that move, but it could happen, right? It could. Very much so could happen. Very nice close last week. We're just lacking a little bit of volume here, so that's a little concerning. But I would say tech looks a lot better than SPY, for sure. For sure. But this daily chart, same thing as ES. We have a bearish divergence here. Stocks making a higher high, RSI is making a lower high. That is a bearish divergence. But what I want to talk about is the opportunity for this demand bounce, right? So if you look here on QQQ, we have a significant resistance that was broken. And then over here, we have another significant resistance. So going into the week ahead, we're going to be watching for a retest of that area for a potential swing entry, right? Same thing with ES here. So what I'm watching on NQ, and this is a macro scheme of things. I'm going to break down my other setups on QQQ and SPY so it's not confusing for you guys. So just write down these two levels on NQ. If we pull back into this 15,400, 15,500 area on NQ, I will more than happy swing calls. I will look to go long, okay? 15,500, 15,400. If we get back above these hourly highs at 15,850, I'll be more than happy to go long as well. We have room into 16,000, all right? Now, I know a lot of you traders don't really trade ES and NQ unless you're trading futures, right? I watch them consistently, even if I'm trading futures or not. It's just something that I do personally. A lot of insight is involved with these futures indexes that control actual QQQ and SPY, as they are just ETFs. So let's hop into those real quick. We'll start off with QQQ since we just left NQ. Beautiful hourly chart. Beautiful chart across all time frames. We just went over with NQ, but this is a beautiful chart, right? If you look at this monthly chart, it's self-explanatory, right? There's nothing to see here. It's macro uptrend, weekly uptrend, daily uptrend. We're trending up, right? That's what the market's doing at this specific moment. But what I want to talk about here is this level on QQQ. The same level that we just went over, which that 15,500 on NQ correlates to, give me 1 second here, correlates to 370, 372. Now, mark my words, you guys. If we pull back into this 370, 373 area on QQQ, right, this classic break and retest, I will be looking to swing calls for a move higher, right? This is my main top swing setup, right? I love this. As you guys can see, this was a major support, turned to resistance, held as resistance, held as resistance, held as resistance. Now we have this untested resistance turn support. So this is my main watch in terms of the grand scheme of things, right? But on a smaller time frame, what I'm watching this week in terms of QQQ is I'm watching a pullback into 372. As you can see, this was a major resistance that is now support. So I'm watching for a pullback on QQQ down into this 372, 374 demand for a bounce. I would honestly be comfortable swinging from this demand. I would keep a stop loss below that 370 as we just mentioned on the daily chart. The upside, right? 380, right? This is my line in the sand. If we can get back above 380, hold, we can look for that move into 383. Now, in order for us to go any higher, and I want to talk about this real quick, but this is a little bit more high risk, advanced setup, right? I'm going to talk about this on a lower time frame. So right now on this QQQ chart, this is very valuable for new traders as well, right? On this QQQ chart, there's two things that are happening here, right? We attempted to break 380, right? So let's look at this chart here. This was a major resistance along with the psychological level, right? So right here, we have a failure to go higher of 380. Put in a high at 382.85, right? So there's a significant supply here between this 380 and 383. This is a high risk setup and it's a more advanced strategy. But for those who are comfortable trading these type of setups, what I'm watching for, I don't want to complicate things for you guys. I'm a firm believer and advocate for the KISS method. Keep it stupid simple. So what I want to show you guys is, for example, QQQ pushes back into this 382.50, 383 area, rejects it, shows weakness, and we fail to go higher. I will look for a short entry back down into this 377.50, right? But I want to see confirmation, and the reason I want to see confirmation because this is a counter trend trade in terms of the daily, weekly, monthly, and even hourly. We're in a nice uptrend, so there's a big difference too, right? Now I want to talk to you guys about that. There's a big difference between a trend bounce, which is when you're trading with the trend, stock pulls back, you catch the bounce for a move higher. That is a trend bounce. There's also such thing as a relief bounce. Stock's going down, you catch the relief bounce back up, and it continues down in intended direction. There's also, of course, a trend reject and a counter trend reject. You want to be aware of those two is because they have a significant difference, right? Counter trend trades, you're not going to try to hold longer as you're fighting the trend. Versus trend trades, you can look to hold a little bit longer and catch a bigger portion of that move, right? So with this specific setup, we're going to want to see that intraday confirmation before we look to do anything with QQQ. But the main setups are going to be a pullback into this 372, 374 demand for a bounce, or if we get back above 380, we can take a high risk long entry into that 383, watch that 383. If we see weakness there and we fail it, then we can do, we can maneuver from there. And yeah, that's what I like on QQQ. Very simple for the week ahead. Friday, this is a setup that we actually traded, right? So I live traded for free on Friday, posted on my Instagram, posted absolutely everywhere. This is a setup that we took and we caught over 50% on this trade in a matter of about 5 minutes, right? So if you look here, we had a very key resistance overnight. This is a little trade recap for you guys. So we had a very key resistance here at 380, rejected the previous day, pre-market. So what we were looking for was a clean break and hold, right? When we're taking these breakouts and breaking holds, first thing we want to see is a convincing break, right? We don't want to see QQQ attempt to break this level and barely close above it. That's not what we want, right? We want to see a convincing break where it breaks it aggressively with volume, and closes nicely above it. Then we can long the pullback. So when it pulls back into our level, we can long it for the move higher. That is how you trade these type of setups. That's what we did on Friday, right? So we watched QQQ. QQQ broke aggressively, nice candle closure above it. We had nice volume, so we entered once it held. When we got that candle closure above, we entered right about here, and we caught that whole move in the 381.80 for about a 50% return, right? Simple and easy. Nothing crazy there. Just waited for confirmation, entered, kept our stop loss tight, and took profit, right? That was the nature of that setup. But yeah, we're looking good for the week ahead. Looking good for the week ahead. I'm excited. That's the setups that I'm watching on QQQ. Let's move into SPY here. Pretty much went over ES already in terms of these macro time frames, but you know, same chart on SPY. Looks great here. We just need a little healthy pullback to keep the trend intact. And you know, I know the bears are waiting. I know they are. You know, the first red day, they're like, oh my God, the market's tanking. You know, buy puts. It's going to take a little bit more than that for me to be convinced that we're, you know, obviously a reversal. The chart has to tell me that. And what I want to explain to you guys is, do not trade based off what you think or what someone told you. Okay? Trade based off what you are seeing on the chart, based off the knowledge that you've accumulated, whether it's through a course, self-taught, whatever it may be, right? Do not ever trade based off of a thought, an idea, or what someone else told you. Trade based off what you're seeing, right? That is most important. That's where a lot of people go wrong. They get tied to a trade in terms of a bias, that, you know, not being able to admit they're wrong, average down on the losers, right? Those are big reasons why people lose money. So make sure you guys are keeping that in the forefront of your mind in terms of trading what I'm seeing and not what I think. If you get yourself into the mindset of, I think this is going to happen, or I hope this is going to happen, when hope becomes a thought, and when you're in a trade, right? If you're inside of a trade, your P&L is moving, you have money in the trade, and that hope word comes across your brain or comes across your desk anywhere, exit immediately, right? That's a rule that I tell my mentees, I tell myself, I'm going to tell you guys, right? If that thought comes across your mind, exit. Period. That hope word, oh, I hope it goes to break even. Buy. Close. See you later. That trade's done and dead already. Right? If you're hoping for something to happen, that trade's dead already. Dead already, right? SPY. Very, very good here, right? But what I want to talk about is the supply that we closed into, right? So if you look at this chart here, we have a very significant level here at 351. It's a level that not many people were watching, and I don't know why, right? As you guys can see here, this was a resistance, turn support, turn resistance, turn resistance. What's most important when you're identifying levels, right? And my mentees know this. I teach this in my mentorship, and this is a lot of things that, you know, I'm going to say the public doesn't know. And this is a free game for you guys, for those who haven't taken my mentorship or anything. Mentees, don't get mad at me. What's important when it comes to levels, it's more important than interactions, is the last interaction with the specific level. So if we notice here, the last time we interacted with this 451 level, I'm going to change this to blue. Look at this last interaction we had with 451. It sent us to 52-week lows, right? And the last time we tested this level was pretty much back in April, right? So we have an untested supply that took over, what is that? That's almost a year to come back and test it, right? If you think there's not going to be a reaction, whether it's positive or negative, off this level, you need to get your head checked, right? This is how it works. Support and resistance, supply and demand, boom. It's the nature of the market. Market structure. And this is market structure. This is the recent high or low of the trend. In this case, it's the recent high. That is market structure. Market structure contains or reverses a trend. If this was to continue, right, it would be a continued uptrend. If this was to reverse from here, that would now be the top, and this would be the continued structure, right? So that's why it's important just to understand how the market works in terms of mechanics, so you guys can trade from it, right? But SPY for the week ahead, right? What I'm watching is I'm watching that big demand, right? As you guys can see here, we have a major resistance that was broken, and now it is being held as support, right? It's being held as support. So what we're going to watch for is we're going to watch for a pullback into this demand at 444, 445 for a bounce and a potential swing entry, okay? That's my main watch. In terms of the upside, 451.30, right? I just showed you guys the significance of this level, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In order for me to be confident in the long side again, I need a break, I need a hold, preferably a retest of 451.35 for me to have confidence in the continued upside, okay? I want to talk about another level real quick. We talked about this on ES. This is a demand, right? This is a minor demand. It's not a major demand. But as you guys can see here, we have a previous resistance, turn support, and it held. So we do have a little demand here at 447, 447.50. I will watch this for a potential bounce as well. This is high risk, and the reason it's high risk is because we're trading very close to it. So we're trading about $2 away. So this is very high risk. The main demand I'm watching is 444, 445. If we come down to this demand, I'm more than happy swing calls from this 444, 445 area. I love that. But there is a higher risk demand here at 447, 447.50. In terms of the upside, 451.35. If you want to take a high risk downtrend entry, wait for this 447 to break, confirm as the opposing, and take a short entry down into that demand. This is high risk also because you're trading down into a big demand. So be mindful of that. Wait for it to break. Look for that break and hold, that 5-minute candle closure with volume. If it doesn't meet that criteria, wait for the retest. Into the retest, catch that move down into that demand. That is something you can do as well. This is a setup I would take personally. So yeah, pretty dope, pretty dope. Shanice, welcome. How many of you guys are new here? Where all my new homies at? Where the new family members at, man? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where's everybody at? Last week was my biggest trading week ever. Last week I had my biggest trading day, and I had my biggest trading week ever. Ever. Last week I made close to 60,000. And honestly, I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? My biggest week before that was probably like 30-ish, 20. So I literally doubled my biggest week. Wow, a lot of new people. That's dope, man. Welcome, Shanice, Melvin, Ishmael, Felicia, LK, Raymond, Corey. What's up, man? Wow. If you're not new here, how long have you been attending the Sunday Lives? I'm curious to see where my day one folks at. If this is not your first time, how long have you been attending the Sunday Lives? Welcome to all the new family members, man. Welcome. Ibrahim, I was contemplating it. I was contemplating it heavy. It was kind of like a second guess moment, you know, a second guess moment. All right, you guys, let's get into the individual stocks that I'm watching for the week ahead. And yeah, let's get to it. Oh man, I forgot I'm in ES. I'm in a long position right now. Whoops. Oh, I'm up 120 bucks. Nice. You guys think we can go higher? Should I hold? Based off the chart right now, what do you guys think? Last time you guys told me to hold, I lost money. So I'm gonna listen to you guys again. What should I do here based off of this chart? What do you guys think? We just broke this little downtrend here. We're coming off a pretty nice demand at this 440, 45.23. What do you guys think I should do? Should I hold? Should I cut it? Should I take my 150 bucks and run? 8 months? Wow. Josh, 6 months. Nice. Appreciate you guys, man. 6 months. Nice. I'm super surprised by how many new people. That's awesome, man. Welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What should I do? Should I take profit? Should I hold? What should I do here? $45.36. Young Hunnit, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you said that. If you notice, that's where I put my alert. That's that previous structure. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm curious to see how you guys trade. Hold, cut it. So we only have one person that said cut it. 2 people said cut it. Take profit. I'll hold for a couple more minutes. I like this, you know. I like this. My futures traders, maybe you guys are in it too. Got a nice little downtrend break here. Just broke this little downtrend resistance coming off of a big demand. We do have a little resistance here, but we'll see what happens. I'll trail this swing low. I'm going to give you guys some free game here. When you're trading on the 5-minute time frame, right, a swing low is the previous support, right? So in this case here, we have a low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low, and we have another higher low. So what I can do in this scenario to help me hold longer is 1, I can turn on my 9 EMA, 2, I can turn on my 5 EMA, and 3, I can trail this swing low, right? So I have a trailing stop loss here, and say for example ES comes up, makes a new high, pulls back, and continues, I can move my stop loss to that new high. This will allow me to catch a bigger portion of the move. That's some free game for you guys at your favorite Furu, which charge you about $1,000 to learn. So you guys can thank me for that later. Anyway, so I'm gonna move my stop loss up to 45.33. This is a risk-free trade. No matter what, I'll end in a profit. If it breaks 45.53, I'll cut it. I'll be up about $100 and I'll be happy. So that's my game plan there. So what I'm gonna do is set an alert at 45.33, and we're gonna go on about our night. Netflix. Let's talk about Netflix. I like Netflix. I like Netflix, you guys. I'm gonna show you guys why I like Netflix. Look at this here. I like Netflix for a potential put swing, right? And you guys can see why. Look at how big this level is. This is absolutely massive. When it comes to levels, this level is absolutely enormous, right? The respect that this level has is astounding. It's huge, right? Previous all-time high resistance, broke out, held once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Here we are testing it again, right? Not only are we testing it again, but we closed fairly weak. So I'm very, very interested in opening a put swing position on Netflix, right? Based off how strong this resistance is in the interaction that we've seen previously, right? Not only that, this kinda looks like the CRM setup, but a bearish setup, right? The reason I entered CRM was because we had a bullish engulfing and we had a ascending triangle, right? I mean a descending triangle. Well, Netflix, we have an ascending triangle with a bearish engulfing at the bottom. So this is technically the same setup as CRM for technicals, right? And the technical aspect of things. I like it, right? I like it a lot. So what's gonna trigger an entry for me to enter Netflix? I'm looking for a break and hold below Friday's low. And that happens to be 440, right? So that is what I'm watching here in terms of Netflix. I absolutely love this for a short, for 1, and for 2, a potential swing, right? A potential swing. I kind of like it for an either or setup because if you look at this daily chart here, above 45.85, 458, excuse me, 458.50, right? As you guys can see here, we have a huge gap fill. Above 458.50, we have nothing but room into 500. So this is a great either or setup. My mindset going into Netflix, my trading plan, this is gonna be my mindset here. So Netflix, write this down, put it somewhere close and dear to you. What I'm gonna watch for is 2 things. For a short confirmation, I want to see a break and hold below 438. So if we break and hold below 438, I'm gonna look to go short on Netflix down into 430. Below 430, we have nothing but room down into 420. Okay, and this will be a potential swing, right? I'll update you guys in terms of what I'm planning to do with it, but I 100% will take this breakdown. 438, if it breaks the previous day's low, as I showed you on the daily chart, beautiful setup. If it breaks that low, fuck, I forgot. Netflix has earnings this week. Cancel. Damn, that's so disappointing. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me, Fernando. Damn. That's a bummer, man. That is a bummer. Well, forget it. I will not trade it. I won't trade it. The premiums are going to be absolutely ridiculous. The IV's super inflated. Damn, man. That's very disappointing. Wow. Damn, Fernando. You were the bearer of the bad news, man. Well, there goes that. Anyway, on to the next one. On to the next one. Yep, forget about Netflix. Lyft. Like this a lot. I like this weekly chart. I like this daily chart a lot. So if you look here at Lyft, we just broke a major resistance. Major resistance here. So this resistance is now a support. We're consolidating in a nice little bull flag. While retesting this demand. So this essentially is a break, a retest. We have a confluence with that demand and the 200 MA on the daily. Above 12, as you guys can see here, above this daily structure, we have a gap fill all the way into 16. This is small account friendly as well. So what am I watching on Lyft? I'm watching a potential swing entry, right? We can do two things here. We can enter a swing off this demand. So if we pull back into 11,1090, we can enter a swing position for about a month out, keep a stop loss below 1060, right? Below this previous structure. So we can enter a month out, stop loss below 1060, or we can wait for confirmation, wait for it to break above 12, wait for that break and hold, that 5-minute candle closure, wait for that hourly closure for a swing or daily closure for an overnight swing, look for that break and hold at 12, and then look to go long for the gap fill. So the high risk entry is going to be a retest of this demand at 1090 to 11. That is going to be for a swing, stop loss below 1060, or we can wait for the day trade above 12 for the gap fill into 15, 16. Alright, I like this a lot. This is my top watch. As you guys can see here, this is a major demand that was broken, held its support. So we're watching this for a potential swing entry to the upside. PayPal. I like this a lot as well. As you guys can see here, right now we are in the midst of filling this gap. So what I'm going to watch here on PayPal is I'm going to watch for a retest of this demand. Right? So if we pull back into this previous resistance turn support, also it's the 100 MA on the daily, I'm going to look for a day trade bounce and a potential swing entry. So I'm looking for a pullback into 69.70 for a bounce and a swing entry with a stop loss below 69, or I'm looking for a break and hold above Friday's highs at 73. So I'm looking for that break, that 5-minute candle closure with volume. If there isn't volume, I'll wait for the retest and look to go long into 75. 75 is a massive level. That is the top of this gap fill, and it's also the 200 MA on the daily. So that is a level that you definitely want to trim into if you are in PayPal. Alright? This is definitely a top watch as well. One of my favorites for the week ahead. Lyft and PayPal for sure. Pull back into that 70, 69 demand for a nice bounce. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about Netflix, but it's alright. It's alright. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like I'm about to get stopped out in profit. Yeah, it's about to hit my stop loss. I might hold a little bit longer. We'll see. Yeah, I'll take my profit. I'll re-enter if I need to. CRM. Right, I see. The thing about CRM though is I feel like I'm trading it because I made a lot of money on it, and I don't like feeling like that. I like trading on it based on the quality of setup, but the quality of this setup is actually very, very good. So, you know, it's a bittersweet here. Bittersweet. So CRM. As you can see here, we have a huge. Give me 1 second. Let me fix my levels here. We have a huge breakout, right? For those who don't know, this is where we enter our swing trade. We had a beautiful little triangle here, right? Then we had that nice bullish engulfing, failing the previous day's low. So we entered right here, Friday at close. We entered on this candle. Next morning we woke up, it was at 222. And yeah, that was my biggest day ever. Anyway, we're watching for a retest of 225, 224. So we're watching for CRM to pull back and retest this daily demand, this break and retest for a relief bounce and swing entry with a stop loss below 222.35. Or we're looking for a break and hold above Friday's highs at 232. Look for that break, that hold. If there's no volume, wait for the retest. Look to go long into 235 and 240. Alright? That's what I'm watching on CRM. Meta. I really want to talk about Meta here. Meta finally filled this daily gap, right? If you look at this chart here, we had a huge gap fill all the way up into 316.85, and it's finally filled. So, a lot of people are like, oh, why are you shorting Meta? It's so strong. Yes, Meta is very strong, but it's time for it to pull back, right? If you guys remember last time, everybody called me crazy because I shorted Meta, and I ended up making almost 200% on it. Actually, I can show you exactly where we shorted Meta last time, and that was right here. We shorted Meta right here, entered at the top, sold into this pullback at 260, 250, made over 100%, closer to like 150, 200%. But Meta, what I'm watching a couple things, honestly. But the main watch on Meta is I'm going to look for a break of Friday's lows, right? So Meta, if we break and hold below 307.35, I'm going to look to go short down into 300, right? If we approach this 300 area, I'm going to look for a relief bounce here. So I'm going to look to go short below 307.35, down into this 300, 298 area where I would flip and look to take a relief bounce and maybe even a potential swing. This is a huge demand. As you guys can see, this is a major resistance that was broken and now it's support. There's about a $7 area worth of room, right? So once we break this 307.35, we can look to enter on the break and hold or the break and retest. Our target is about $7 away at 300. We come down to this 300, look for that relief bounce for a move higher. All right, that is what I'm watching on Meta. And that's pretty much it for individual names. If you guys got anything you guys want me to check out, feel free to post it. I want to talk a little bit about trading psychology. So what I want you guys to do is drop some of your struggles. Drop some of your struggles, something that you're going through in terms of your trading. I'm going to create this Q&A so you guys can do so. Right, so I just started that Q&A. Boom. Go to the Q&A, type whatever you want. I'll be more than happy to answer. We've got a couple moments here, so we're going to spend the next few minutes answering questions. Microsoft, I'm gonna look at a couple stocks for you guys as well. Microsoft, I do like. Right now, it is sitting at all-time highs. This is a stock I actually did want to go over. Thanks for mentioning it. So right in here, Microsoft is sitting at all-time highs, and technically, this is a triple top, right? You have 1, 2, 3. So Microsoft, there is some setups here, right? So right now, we have a double top here on the hourly, failure to go higher. What we can do is we can look for a retest of this 350, 352 for a potential reject, or we can watch this 343, 344 for a potential bounce, right? Where we bounce from Friday. You can see here we have a major resistance that was broken and now is support. So we can watch a retest of that to go long, or we can watch a push back into those highs for potential reject. In terms of the upside, I would not be comfortable going long for a continuation play until we broke 352.25. If we break and hold above 352.25 on Microsoft, I will 100% be confident going long, buying calls, as this will be a break of all-time highs. Very attractive for day traders. Very attractive for day traders. But yeah, thanks for mentioning Microsoft. I'll actually add this to my side watch. Give me 1 second here. I think I had a couple things I wanted to check out as well. Oh, for you guys to remember, on Friday, I talked about this 122 supply on AMD. Look at that. I wish we would have taken this. This is a trade I was looking at on Friday, but I didn't take it. Told everybody watch this 122 area for a reject on AMD. It rejected 122 and seen a low of 115. That's a $7 move off higher day. That was a major supply. And if you guys want to see where I got it from, I can show you. So if you look at this chart here, we had a big support that was broken, turned to resistance, and that is why I was watching the reject at 122 on AMD. Give me 1 second, I'll check out Bumble. Nvidia, I also like as well. Nvidia's at all-time highs, but I like this demand at 440, 442. You can put this on the side watch. Set an alert at 450. When it breaks 450, go check it out. Wait for that 442, 440 bounce on Nvidia. Or watch for longs back above 460. Meta, we already looked at. Check out Bumble. Bumble, I got stopped out of, unfortunately, but I still like it for a move higher. Yeah, Bumble looks good. Looks good, looks good. Got a nice little bull flag here. I would watch Bumble back above that 20. So if Bumble breaks and holds back above that 20, I would definitely be interested in catching this move like we anticipated on. Got a nice bull flag here. It gets back above 20. Looked into that swing position again. I like that on Bumble. Crypto names. I did like those. I like coins specifically. Coin's a very nice chart here. Sitting below a major resistance though. So it's a little tricky chart. I'd watch this 100, 102 for a bounce, or that 92, 95 for a bounce, or above 110 for longs. Riot, I think we're due for a pullback here on these type of names. They're very extended, as you guys can see here. From this recent structure, it's up over 100%. So these names are very extended. I would just look for a pullback and long the pullback. I think crypto's doing pretty good. I'm actually holding quite a bit of Bitcoin, but I'm getting kind of nervous. The reason I'm getting nervous is because we failed these highs on 3 different occasions. So I'm just trailing my stop loss below this structure here. If we happen to break back below that structure, then I'll cut my losses. I told everybody to buy Bitcoin at 25,000. I think I've showed you guys already. This is like literally like a month ago, 2 months ago. I bought 4 Bitcoin right here. This is the most Bitcoin I've ever had at once. Besides back in my RuneScape days. Back in my RuneScape days, I had over 40 Bitcoins, 50 Bitcoins that I traded for an in-game party hat like a fucking clown. Thinking about that literally makes me sick. I traded, at one point in my my wallet, I had like 45 or 50 Bitcoins. I know for a fact I traded 25 Bitcoins for a white party hat. I traded 10 Bitcoin for a purple party hat. And I traded a couple Bitcoin for, I think, a Christmas cracker. And bro, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just, it's sickening. Alright, let's go over some of these questions. Alright, you guys, let's see what we got here. Give me 1 second. One second. We'll go over some of these questions. Here, let me pull this, I'm going to pull this back up so we can see, everybody can see everything. There we go. I'm going to pull this back up so everybody can see the chat and everything at once. So, questions. Let's go. No, I don't use the white cough. Respecting my stop losses, jumping in too many trades. Edgar, that all goes down to discipline and having a trading plan. If you have a trading plan that you're set and clear in terms of what you're trading, when you're trading it, and how long you have to trade it, that'll alleviate jumping in too many trades and over trading. Alright, let's get a few more questions here. Let's see. Let me see. Give me 1 second. The mentorship waitlist is open. It is on a first, so the sooner you sign up, it goes in sequential order. So you'll be actually first. I mean, not first, but you'll be sooner in line the earlier you sign up. I just posted the link for you guys if you're interested in the mentorship. Let's see. Entering an exhausted trade. What do you mean? I guess essentially fighting the trend. Recovering and controlling emotions after first trade in a day being a red trade. Focusing on high probability setups instead of being controlled by thinking about going green or even breaking. Janaya, I think I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah, that was my cat. That was Turbo. Your question, Janaya. Your first trade of the day, if it's red, give yourself a breather. So if your first trade of the day is red, I would say give yourself a 10 to 15 minute breather. Get up, go get a drink of water, grab something to eat, take yourself away from the screen for a minute, compose yourself, make sure that you're in a rational mindset to continue, because a lot of times we take a red trade, it kind of hurts the ego a little bit, especially if it's the first one of the day. So you got to kind of be proactive and understand what your triggers are, right? I talked about this with my mentees the other night. Is your triggers, right? Just like some people have triggers for their significant others, whatever the case may be in terms of life, you have triggers in terms of trading, right? Like one of my triggers for like a negative reaction in terms of the trigger is, say for example, I'm on live trading, which I do trade every single day live, so it happens a lot, is I'll watch a setup, I'll hesitate on the setup, I'll miss the setup will go, so I'll kind of get like FOMO, right? So what I do in that scenario is I kind of give myself a buffer zone before taking the next trade because I don't want it to feel forced. And for those of you that live trade with me, you've seen me do it before, right? I've literally told you guys, hey, look, I just took a losing trade. I got to wait a few moments, right? I need to get myself together. I took a bigger loss than expected. Bada bing, bada boom, right? So it's just about understanding who you are as a trader and being able to maneuver from that. Let's see what else we got here. Trading one contract on a small account, trading before a large drawdown. Janaya, it goes back to having proper risk management, understanding what you're comfortable trading with, what you're comfortable losing from that position size, and your max loss on the day. That is most important when it comes to trading in general, right? Our job as a trader is to manage our risk. Our job is to manage our risk. I have over 250 plus hours of educational content in the Patreon, so if you would like to join that, you also have access to every live that I've ever done. That's completely up to you guys. No, I only live trade in Honey Drip. That is on a daily basis, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And That's the only place that I post my signals as well. Nice. Okay, cool. No, I only live trade for free every Friday. So I just started that, I think, last week, 2 weeks ago. So I live trade for the world for free every Friday. So you guys can look forward to that. I post my link on Instagram. And yeah, Friday. Mondays and Fridays, I only trade exclusively with my mentees. Doesn't matter if you took the mentorship a year ago or you took the the last class. You know, my mentorship, it's not like an ongoing payment thing, right? You never have to pay for anything, right? Like once you sign up for the mentorship, you're locked in for life. You have access to all previous recordings, future recordings. You have live trading forever. You get exclusive access to my partnerships, and yeah. Oh, the Patreon too. You know, you get free access to that through the Google Drive. 101s as well. You know, I'm pretty cool about that. My mentees know if you hit me up, I have time. I'm more than happy to do a 101. Yep. Every Monday too. So Monday morning when I post my watch list, I post a link to my chart. So I'll go here, I'll hit copy link, I'll post a link to my chart. You have all of my levels, all of my settings, my indicators, my colors, you have absolutely everything. Low, it's all based off of price action. Do you live trade for a whole year with mentees? I live trade forever. Right? They'll live trade with me until live trading's done. Right? I'll be live trading with my mentees until forever. I plan on trading forever. Trading's not going anywhere unless the market dies out, which I doubt it will. So we'll be live trading together forever. Mentees are locked in forever. You get always invites to the mentee meetup. I just did one in Florida. I'm getting ready to do another one in Vegas. So yeah, it's pretty dope. Pretty dope. I think we're gonna do Vegas. I'm not sure. Mentees, what y'all think? Where y'all want to go? I think Vegas is good. I might do one in the DMV area. I said I've been doing it for a while. I've just been slacking. Ms. Lady, Weeble's good for that. Thinkorswim. Yeah, I would suggest Weeble though. They don't have futures. I can actually send you my small account watch list, so I'll post it in the chat for you guys. Just click on the link, and that'll take you directly to my small account watch list that are under $50. Let's see. I'm just being very honest with you guys. I've only posted once before, but if you want to be ahead of the game in terms of the mentorship, you want to enter the wait list as soon as possible. Being very honest with you. It's pretty lengthy, but I'm gonna go through them all into Friday. Another thing, Patreon members get $500 off immediately. Always. I use Tradeovate or TradeStation. I use both. Doesn't matter, either or. I have Thinkorswim as well, but I don't really use that too much. How do y'all like this layout though? How is the chart? Is the chart a little blurry because it's smaller, or how is it? How is it, you guys? I'm very curious. How is this set up? Y'all like this better? Y'all like this? Is it? Can you see good? Is everything good to go? And like I said, next week I'll have my camera, so it'll be pretty dope. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Atlanta? Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie, there's not much to do, man. We wanna go somewhere where we can all like it. Smaller charts are blurry? Okay. So what I'll do is when we're just hanging out like this, I'll keep this one up and I'll switch back and forth to zoom in. Make the chart a little bit bigger? Okay, I can definitely do that. Yeah, when we're doing the watch list, I'll always make it bigger then. I'll make it bigger. Kenny, yes, you do have to be a current Patreon member. Nice, cool. If you guys haven't, be sure to hit that like button, man. It helps the video out a lot. Be sure to hit that like button. There's over 365 people watching. There's 92 likes. Come on, y'all. If you guys really want to show love, tag me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to repost it. Let me know what you learned tonight. Let me know what you're watching with me tomorrow. Got some decent setups for sure. full chart? Yeah. So when we're doing the watch list, I'll move it back to the full chart. Yeah, DMV, we can definitely do that very soon, actually. We can definitely do that very soon. Definitely do that very soon. We can definitely do that very soon. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean. IWM, let's check it out. Ooh, I forgot to look at this one. I like this a lot. IWM, watch for a break and retest of this previous resistance, which is now support. 190, 188.50. Watch for a retest of this demand. I like this a lot. I'm gonna put this on my watch list. 188.50, 190. Watch for a retest of this for a bounce. Appreciate it, Victor. Thanks for subscribing, man. Nice. Appreciate that, Steadfast. Shanice, no, I just posted that for you for free. I just posted that for you for free. Sunrise checklist. We already went over SPY. Yeah, that was a nice rejection on Friday. IWM was very weak. If you guys remember, we caught the absolute bottom on IWM. Who took this trade with me on Friday? We entered IWM calls right here. Literally, caught the absolute bottom. Right here, we entered calls. Beautiful. Nice, Vaughn. Cool. Just trying to bring something exciting, you know? I know it's probably boring just watching the chart all the time. Shanice, I posted already. All you have to do is click on it. I clicked on it. That's it. No, it's not for the mentorship. You literally just click it and go. Basic. Click that link that I just posted. No, just click it. Click it. Click that link, it'll take you and it'll pull it up. Click that watch list, make it yours. Save as watch list, right? So if you click on that link, it's gonna take you to a screen like this and make it yours. Click this. It's not for the mentorship, it's free for everybody. Click save watch list. What's up, Gulf Coast? Thank you, man. Welcome. Kenny, volume is subjective to the actual chart, so it all depends, to be honest. But I do have to rock out, you guys. Great night tonight. We covered an absolute ton. We covered QQQ, SPY, IWM, Netflix, Meta, Microsoft, PayPal, CRM, Lyft. Very dope. That's what's up, Shane. Appreciate it, man. Glad I can help. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and rock out. I hope you guys have a great night. Seriously, I just want to say, man, thank you guys for taking time out of your night. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys got some value from this. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you really want to show love, tag me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to repost it. Y'all guys have a great night. Keep an eye out in the morning for the updated watch list. Mentees, Patreon, you guys already know. See you guys in the morning. Mentees, live trading. I'll post my link in the morning so you have access to my chart. Everything under the sun. You guys know the vibes, man. Catch y'all later. Peace.